You're listening to NOAA's All Hazards Radio, station KWO35 in New York City. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service Forecast Office located on the grounds of Brookhaven National Laboratory in Upton, New York. Station KWO35 broadcasts on a frequency of 162.55 MHz. The current time is 8:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here is the latest weather map discussion. Extremely cold temperatures are expected throughout the entire New York metropolitan area as a polar vortex is expected to move in the region today, and will persist over the next few days. High temperatures are expected to be in the single digits with isolated areas of temperatures below zero, while lows are expected to be between 10 and 20 degrees below zero. The National Weather Service is also forecasting a blizzard that will strike the New York metropolitan area today until Tuesday. Snow amounts are expected to be around 12 to 18 inches, but this may change throughout the coming days. Please take extra precautions when you walk outside, and make sure you cover yourself with multiple layers of clothing. Also, make sure the heater in your house is turned on to a high level. Historic and life-threatening cold air has arrived in the greater New York metropolitan area. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Wind chill warning in effect until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a wind chill warning, which is in effect until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. Temperatures are expected to dip down to 10 to 20 degrees below zero overnight throughout the entire New York metropolitan area, with isolated amounts of 30 degrees below zero in some areas. Winds, east winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour with gusts of up to 30 miles per hour are expected throughout the region, with isolated gusts of up to 40 miles per hour in coastal areas. Wind chill levels Saturday night into Sunday morning are expected to be around 55 degrees below zero, with isolated areas of up to 70 degrees below zero in some areas. The wind chill will remain at this level until at least Sunday afternoon. A wind chill warning means that the combination of very cold air and strong winds will create dangerously low wind chill values. The extreme wind chills of greater than 50 degrees below zero can cause exposed flesh to freeze in only 5 minutes. The gusty winds will also bring areas of blowing snow to much of the area today into Sunday. Wind gusts can reach to 60 miles per hour near coastal areas. Visibilities can be reduced to less than a quarter of a mile in blizzard conditions. This will cause serious danger to anyone that is stranded in their vehicles. Historic and record cold temperatures expected in the New York metropolitan area. Wind chill warning has been extended until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has extended the wind chill warning, now in effect until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday. Temperatures are now expected to dip between 30 to 40 degrees below zero, with isolated areas of 50 to 55 degrees below zero expected. Winds, west winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts of up to 45 miles per hour. Wind chills are expected to dip down to a bone-chilling 70 degrees below zero, with isolated areas of up to 85 degrees below zero expected. The extreme cold temperatures can freeze anyone into place where they stood once they stepped foot outside. Do not go outside. Please remain in your homes with the heat turned up as high as possible. A wind chill warning means that the combination of very cold air and high winds can cause dangerously low wind chills. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation, and needs to be taken seriously.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the New York Police Department. An unusual and dangerous situation is currently taking place in New York City. Reports of ice patches causing several vehicle accidents have been coming in throughout the New York metropolitan area. In addition, reports have been coming in that buildings and people outside have frozen solid across the city. This situation is related to the record cold temperatures in the New York metropolitan area. Approximately 20 fatalities and 75 serious injuries from car accidents have been reported. The New York Police Department is asking all residents of New York City to remain indoors and turn up heating in your home to a high level. Do not go outside. If you do so, you will be putting your life in extreme danger. Tune into local media outlets for more information on this dangerous situation.
This is ABC 7 Eyewitness News with a breaking story coming out of New York City. Record cold temperatures have struck the New York metropolitan area, with temperatures of 20 to 30 degrees below zero expected today into Monday. The temperature now is 25 degrees below zero. Isolated reports of temperatures of 40 degrees below zero have been coming into the National Weather Service in Upton, New York. The wind chills are expected to be between 55 to 70 degrees below zero with isolated amounts of 85 degrees below zero expected. The wind chill now is about 50 degrees below zero. In addition, the record cold has caused several ice patches to form across the city, causing several car accidents, killing at least 20 and injuring at least 75. The record cold has also caused buildings and people standing outside to freeze solid. The New York Police Department is asking people to stay in your homes and not to go outside, along with turning up the heater in your house to a high level. We have no news reporter on the scene since the conditions are too dangerous. In other news, the National Weather Service is forecasting a historic blizzard to strike the entire state of New York, along with parts of New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, and parts of Ontario, Canada Monday through Wednesday. Forecasts are calling for up to 48 to 60 inches of snow, with isolated amounts of up to 72 inches possible. They are also calling for hurricane-force winds, with sustained winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour with gusts of up to 85 miles per hour, making the already bone-chilling wind chills even worse, as the record cold wind chills will persist through the blizzard. Whiteout conditions from blowing snow and extremely low visibility and power outages due to the strong winds are expected during this situation. Blizzard warnings are already in effect for the previously mentioned areas. This is Microsoft David, from ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Historic blizzard expected to strike the states of New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New Jersey. This is a particularly dangerous situation. The National Weather Services in Upton, New York, Mount Holly, New Jersey, Buffalo, New York, Binghamton, New York, and Albany, New York have issued a blizzard warning, which is in effect until 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. A massive polar vortex is currently situated in the northeastern United States, causing bone-chilling temperatures and heavy blowing snow. Snow accumulations of 48 to 60 inches of snow are expected, with isolated amounts of 72 inches of snow in the New York City metropolitan area. Wind chills of 55 to 70 degrees below zero are expected, with isolated amounts of 85 degrees below zero or lower possible. Winds, sustained westerly winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour, with isolated gusts of 85 miles per hour possible near coastal areas. This will create impossible driving conditions due to the blowing snow and poor visibility. Visibility is expected to be around 1/8 of a mile to near zero. Do not travel. I repeat, do not travel. The snow accumulations will be too deep to drive your vehicle through, and you will be stranded. Many deaths in blizzards occur when people leave stranded vehicles asking for help. A blizzard warning means severe and potentially life-threatening winter weather conditions are expected. The combination of strong winds and falling and blowing snow will result in dangerously low visibility and whiteout conditions. Please monitor local media outlets for more information on this dangerous situation.
Event type is heavy snowfall. For the entire province of Ontario, Environment Canada has issued a heavy snowfall warning, in effect until 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. A polar vortex is currently situated over the province of Ontario, bringing heavy and blowing snow, extremely cold temperatures, and hurricane-force winds. Snow accumulations are expected to be around 122 to 152 centimeters, with isolated amounts of 183 centimeters. Winds of 80 to 96 kilometers per hour with gusts of 120 kilometers per hour. Temperatures of minus 29 to minus 34 degrees Celsius with isolated amounts of minus 40 degrees Celsius. This will cause whiteout conditions. Do not travel, and do not go outside, as you will experience hypothermia as soon as you go outside, and you will be stuck in heavy snow in your car. A heavy snowfall warning means that heavy snowfall will persist throughout a few days, and could cause hazardous driving conditions. Visibility is expected to be around 0.2 kilometers during this storm. Please monitor Environment Canada for more information on this situation.
Event type is heavy snowfall. For the entire province of Ontario, Environment Canada has issued a heavy snowfall warning, in effect until 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. A polar vortex is currently situated over the province of Ontario, bringing heavy and blowing snow, extremely cold temperature, and hurricane-force winds. Snow accumulation are expected to be around 122 to 152 cm, with isolated amounts of 183 cm. Winds of 80 to 96 km per hour with gusts of 120 km per hour. Temperature of moins 29 to moins 34 degrees Celsius with isolated amounts of moins 40 degrees Celsius. This will cause whiteout condition. Do not travel, and do not go outside. You will experience hypothermia as soon as you go outside, and you will be stuck in heavy snow in your car. A heavy snowfall warning means that heavy snowfall will persist through a few days, and could cause hazardous driving conditions. Visibility is expected to be around 0.2 km during this storm. Please monitor Environment Canada for more information on this situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Whiteout conditions have been reported on all roads of the states of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Many areas have received 60 inches of snow, while isolated areas have reached 72 inches. The National Guard is unable to rescue people that are dealing with emergencies at this time due to the whiteout conditions. If you have an emergency, call 911 and try as best as possible to get help. All residents listening to this message are strongly advised to remain home, as snowplows will take a lot of time plowing off the roads. This will take at least a month or two to do so. Tune into local media outlets for more information on the situation.
Event type is civil emergency, for the province of Ontario. This message is transmitted at the request of the Government of Ontario. Whiteout conditions from the historic blizzard that struck Ontario have been reported throughout the entire province. Many areas have exceeded 180 centimeters of snow, with isolated areas of 190 centimeters. The Canadian Armed Forces are struggling to rescue people from emergency situations due to the road conditions. If you have an emergency, call 911 and they will try to help you as best as you can. Residents are advised to remain at home. Do not travel. The conditions are too dangerous to do so. Tune in to local media outlets for more information on this situation.
Here are the 9 a.m. observations for the Boston metropolitan area. At Logan Airport, it was cloudy. The temperature was 29 degrees, the dew point 21, and the relative humidity 74%. The wind was west at 8 miles per hour. The pressure was 29.87 inches and falling. Elsewhere around the region, in northeast Massachusetts, in Beverly, cloudy, temperature 31, wind north at 7. At Lawrence, partly cloudy, temperature 27, wind east at 6. And in Bedford, cloudy, temperature 32, wind east at 10. In southeast Massachusetts, at Blue Hill Observatory, temperature 33, wind west at 5. At Norwood, partly cloudy, temperature 26, wind northwest at 7. In Marshfield, temperature 27, wind southeast at 4. In Plymouth, cloudy, temperature 25, wind northeast at 11. At Taunton, cloudy, temperature 29, wind southeast at 8. And in New Bedford, partly cloudy, temperature 30, wind southwest at 8. Once again, repeating the 9 a.m. weather for the Boston metropolitan area, it was cloudy, the temperature was 29 and the wind was west at 8. Winter weather advisory in effect from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday. The National Weather Service in Taunton has issued a winter weather advisory for freezing rain and sleet, which is in effect from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday. What? Freezing rain and sleet are expected throughout the Boston metropolitan area. Accumulations, up to 1/10 to 1/5 of an inch of freezing rain and sleet expected. Be careful while driving, as the roads can get slippery due to the freezing rain and sleet. A winter weather advisory for freezing rain and sleet means that periods of freezing rain will form a glaze on roads resulting in hazardous travel conditions. Slow down and use caution while driving because even trace amounts of ice on roads can be dangerous. Ice storm warning in effect from 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday. The National Weather Service in Taunton has issued an ice storm warning, which is in effect from 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday. What? Major amounts of ice are expected in eastern Massachusetts Thursday and Friday. Ice accumulations of 1 to 2 inches are expected, with isolated amounts of 3 inches possible. The ice will result in tree limbs breaking and the potential for power outages. There may be some slick spots on bridges and overpasses. An ice storm warning means significant amounts of ice accumulation are expected and may result in snapped power lines and falling tree branches. Traveling is highly discouraged due to the extreme amounts of ice. If you have to travel, do so at your own risk. Monitor local media outlets for more information on this situation.
This is WBZ News with a breaking story coming out of eastern Massachusetts. A major ice storm is expected to strike the region on Thursday and Friday, with forecasts calling for 1 to 2 inches of ice, with isolated amounts of 3 inches possible. Previously we had record cold temperatures in a historic blizzard striking New York, Ontario, Canada, New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. This feels like another winter weather disaster here, folks. An ice storm warning is in effect from 1 p.m. Thursday until 1 p.m. Friday due to the conditions. Due to the extreme amounts of ice, the mayor of Boston is ordering all residents of the city of Boston to return to their homes as soon as possible. Massive power outages are expected as many tree branches will fall onto several power lines across the city. Live from downtown Boston is my correspondent Douglas. Douglas, are you there?
I am live in downtown Boston, where right now it feels like a normal day in the city. People really haven't followed the order of the mayor as the ice storm won't hit for a few hours. According to my sources, the mayor wants everyone in their homes by 1 p.m., which is when the ice storm warning will officially go into effect. By the looks of this incoming ice storm is likely to be a pretty bad one, as forecasts are calling for 1 to 2 inches of ice, with isolated areas of 3 inches possible. I probably have a feeling this will be as bad as the blizzard and record cold in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. I mean, traveling will be even worse during this ice storm. People, please stay safe during this situation. Do not go outside, as you will probably slip on the ice and could get injured. Do not travel, as you might get into a car accident and could face severe injury or death. I have to go. This is Douglas, from WBZ News.
Thank you, Douglas. Please stay safe during this situation. In other news, many people are planning to protest newly re-elected President Donald Trump's second inauguration, which is set to take place on January 20th. A heightened police presence will likely be needed since most of the American public did not support Trump getting re-elected as the President of the United States. This is Microsoft Zira, from WBZ News.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency. Severe damage from the ice storm that impacted eastern Massachusetts has been reported throughout the area. Tens of thousands of people are without power due to several tree branches falling on homes. In addition, hundreds of car accidents have been reported due to the extreme ice accumulations, which was in most areas 2 inches. Approximately 300 fatalities and 750 serious injuries have been reported due to either getting into car accidents or getting hit by falling branches. The National Guard is having difficulty assisting with injured people due to the extremely hazardous road conditions. As a precaution, all residents receiving this message are strongly advised to remain home at this time. Do not go outside. Doing so may put your life in extreme danger. Traveling is strictly prohibited due to the number of fatalities on the roads. Tune into local media outlets for more information on this dangerous situation. Civil danger for the entire northeastern United States. The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Several extreme temperature drops have been reported in the following states: Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. It is unknown why these unexpected temperature drops are occurring, but the National Weather Service believes that another polar vortex has formed in this region, but this one was located in some of the coldest regions of the Arctic. Temperatures have dipped down to almost 70 degrees below zero to 85 degrees below zero, with isolated areas of 100 degrees below zero in areas of Maine and New Hampshire. Many buildings in these states have been completely frozen over within minutes, causing those buildings to be unstable, collapsing to the ground, and shatter into several ice crystals on impact. There also have been disturbing reports of people completely freezing in place within seconds of going outside due to the record cold temperatures. Residents of these states are strongly advised to remain indoors. Do not go outside for any reason. Doing so will result in certain death in a matter of seconds. Cover yourself in multiple layers of clothing and/or blankets, and turn on the heater of your house to a high level, to avoid hypothermia during this situation. Gather food and water that can last you for at least 3 to 6 weeks. Close and lock all windows and doors, to prevent the extremely cold air from getting in your home. Do not travel, as roads are impassable. Tune into local media outlets for more information on this dangerous situation. catastrophic danger warning for the entire northeastern United States. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Several deep freezes as a result from a massive polar vortex have been reported in the northeastern United States. States reporting these temperatures include Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York. Temperatures are dropping to minus 200 degrees to minus 250 degrees, with some instances of minus 300 degrees or lower. Everything in these states is freezing solid in seconds. Cities were seen freezing solid and becoming lifeless wastelands with no signs of life whatsoever. It also has been observed that many bodies of water in these areas have froze up to the point where all of them have solidified completely. Several power outages and blackouts have been reported as the power keeps freezing. Blood-curdling screams for help have been reported in these states. The entire northeastern United States is on the verge of freezing to death. At this time, there is absolutely no way to survive this event. All residents listening to this message are advised to do the following instructions. Gather with friends and family and prepare for your final moments together. There is no reason to stay calm. Go into panic mode if you want to. I have selected a verse of the Bible to be read on the air, 2 Corinthians 4:18. So we fix our eyes, not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. The national anthem will follow this activation of the emergency alert system to say goodbye to the states in this alert.
Event type is civil danger. For the provinces of Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. This message is transmitted at the request of Environment Canada and the Canadian government. Several deep freezes as a result from an extreme polar vortex have been reported in the provinces previously mentioned. Temperatures are dipping down to minus 129 to minus 156 degrees Celsius, with isolated areas of minus 234 degrees Celsius or lower. These temperatures are unsurvivable, as everything, including people, buildings, vehicles, trees are freezing in these areas. In addition, bodies of water are freezing solid, and power outages and blackouts have been reported due to power grids freezing. All residents of these areas are strongly advised to gather your friends and family, and prepare for the end. There is absolutely nothing you can do in this situation. Do whatever makes you comfortable. You do not have to stay calm. Go into panic mode if you want to. The national anthem will be played during the conclusion of this broadcast to honor these wonderful provinces.